David Dyer, who chairs our Economic Development Authority, and he will make a presentation on this prospect that we have. Mr. Dyer, if you'll come forward. Seems like I've seen you somewhere today.
I think so. David Dyer, Development Authority of Jasper County. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, thank you very much for this opportunity. This evening I'm here to make a request. An intergovernmental agreement between the Development Authority of Jasper County and the County of Jasper is required for the purpose of economic development. This agreement is necessary in order for the authority to issue $1.8 million in industrial revenue bonds. The bonds will be used to fund a wide plank flooring plant to be located at the old Lake Lumber site on Highway 83. The plant will employ approximately 10 people at startup and will grow to 23 employees in year 2. The bond funds will be used to acquire the land, improve the site, construct buildings, and purchase equipment. Construction will begin immediately upon issuance of the bonds. The Development Authority will own both the real and personal property until the bonds are retired, at which time the company, Thompson & Thwaite, will purchase the facility. In order to create these jobs, the authority, in order to create these jobs, we respectfully request that the Board of Commissioners approve the intergovernmental agreement and the associated bond resolution. Now, I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, gentlemen, ask away. I'll start it off. This particular project will be paid off in what, 10 years?
We are waiting on the final terms and conditions of the bond, but we're anticipating a 10-year term.
And while it's for a meal, the max it would ever be would be $177,000 if the whole thing fell in our laps.
The actual amount of the lease will be based on the final percent interest. We anticipate a max of no more than $192,000.
92, okay. That's all the questions I have. And this is to the authority.
That's correct. The Development Authority of Jasper County is authorized by the state to issue bonds based on intergovernmental agreements and bond resolutions.
Is this an unusual agreement?
No, it is not.
So, Mr. Chairman, so you're saying is the Development Authority will own the property and then will lease it out to the prospect?
That's correct, Commissioner. The Development Authority will own all of the assets for the full term of the bond. We will lease the entire facility, including equipment, to Thompson & Thwaite at an amount sufficient to retire the bonds.
And at the end of the 10 years, they can then buy the land and the facility, or just the facility?
They can purchase all of it at the end of 10 years if they so desire. Or if they determine that they wanted to continue a lease arrangement with us, then that could be worked out as well.
Okay. What about if there's any improvement up after the initial $1.8 million?
That would be at the expense of Thompson & Thwaite, unless it was in the best interest of the Development Authority in the county to assist with that. That would have to be determined at that point in time. Our agreement would be just for the initial.